Welcome into the latest edition of Warchant TV. I'm Aslan Hajivandi alongside Ira Schoffel. We find ourselves here in Notre Dame Stadium, 42-13 final score. Florida State loses their third straight game, third straight loss by 20 or more points. Some sort of similarities seem to be stacking up, Ira, it seems like.
Third straight game, giving up 40 or more points. This is, it feels like song remains the same in the sense that every game it's getting off to one of these awful starts. Down 17-0 early, right off the bat, second week in a row, where you just feel like, okay, this game's a wrap. This game, it seemed like they did show some signs of life as the game went on, but it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, they got blown out again. This is a team that now has just not been competitive, and Willie Taggart praised them for not giving up last week and not giving up this week as they did, he felt, against Clemson 2 weeks ago. But does that make you feel any better? Okay, you played hard and you still got boat raced by a team that you think you should compete with.
The crazy thing to me, and I said this in the press box, I feel like the NC State game wasn't that bad of a performance. I feel like there was a lot of moments in this game that were redeeming for Florida State. But again, the score is so lopsided and one-sided that I guess there's really not much to take away from it. And it seems like, I guess on the negative side of that, I'm trying to be a little bit positive, is that, now the receivers are dropping passes. Now the run defense is terribly suspect. That's got to be frustrating that it seems like they're putting fingers in the holes and then something else springs up.
Yeah, you're right. The receivers dropping passes was really bizarre because that hasn't been a big problem all season. A couple guys here or there, Keith Gavin, Naquan Murray's had a couple. But, there were passes today in this game where they were perfect, wide open, guys right in their hands, and they just dropped it. Tamarian Terry, a guy who's been sure-handed all season, dropped at least 3, I think in really easy passes. Just across the board, the receivers did not play well at all. They haven't played great this year, but they haven't dropped that many passes. DeAndre Francois is going to get a lot of heat for this game. His statistics were not very good, and the offense didn't move all that well consistently. He passed for about 200 yards, and I know a lot of people want to see James Blackman after last week, but I think it's pretty clear at this point, if you weren't going to play him in this game, the way the offense was playing, and I'm not saying it was all on DeAndre Francois, but the offense was not moving the ball consistently. They were not they would get the ball into Notre Dame territory, and they could not punch it in. They could not make plays in the red zone. And Willie Taggart, again, said he never even considered going to James Blackman. To me, it's clear, if you didn't know by now, he wants to redshirt James Blackman. I don't think he wants to play him in these last few games. There's 2 more games to go. I guess if he had to in an emergency, he would play James Blackman, but I think he'd prefer to not play him. That's the only thing you really could say at this point for why you wouldn't even consider him in a game where you're down 32-6 at halftime.
It's a bizarre sort of confluence of things. And we talked about this off the camera, and you're like, I don't want to talk about this, Aslan. But, the first 2 touchdowns, the defensive backs seem to finally be in position to make some plays. Notre Dame is just making crazy circus catches. I just don't know if these are just the indicative things of bad football teams just getting bad breaks.
Yeah, like we said, we didn't want to talk about it because you don't want to make excuses, but really Notre Dame made some unbelievable catches in this game. So you want to give them a little bit of the benefit of the doubt, but I think that is what happens when you're a bad football team is the other team has a world of confidence. They go make plays. You don't have any confidence, so you don't make plays. And it's hard to get out of that tailspin. But yeah, those Notre Dame guys were making unbelievable catches, and Florida State's defensive backs have to play better. But across the board, we saw the defensive front. This is a 3rd straight game where they have not gotten a sack. They didn't get a sack. I don't believe they got a tackle for loss in this game. That's incredible, especially considering you're playing a team that started a backup quarterback in Wimbush because Ian Book was out. And this is also the 3rd straight game where the other team's going to their backup quarterback late in the game. It's just embarrassing. Florida State football, this is really a new low. I can't remember a time where Florida State has not been competitive 3 weeks in a row.
Dontavius Jackson expressed his frustration after the game. That seems to be something that Marvin Wilson's also echoing. They're stressing how important these next 2 games are against Boston College and Florida. How many more buttons can you press? They try to throw new wrinkles on offense to maybe keep the team engaged, to also try to get some sparks. They went under center a few times. They unloaded some sort of crazy beef formation where they had Robert Cooper, Corey Durden, and Marvin Wilson in the backfield. It worked out one time, and then 2 abject failures of plays the next time they went to it. It's just I wonder how much more they can kind of go back to the well with 2 games left.
You finally got the wild Cam Akers.
Yeah,
no, you're right, though. They came into the game, I thought, a lot of people, we had fun with it, but before the game, they were into it. It's not like they came here, got on the plane and thought, we're going to Notre Dame to lose. They are into it during the week. They're into it in pregame. They just don't play well. And some of the mistakes early this game, I think Willie kind of put it on Trey McKitty, the tight end, for not catching the first pass. It gets batted up in Notre Dame, right to a Notre Dame guy. You made the comment during the game. It must have been 5 times where balls are batted up in the air and there's no Florida State players anywhere around to make the easy interception. Notre Dame, like second or third play of the game,
Right in their lap.
right to the guy. And then Cam Akers just fumbles inexcusably. He changes hands in the backfield and loses a fumble. Wasn't really even hit. They just don't play good football, but I don't think they've quit. But as you said after the game, Dontavius Jackson used
Watch his interview.
Watch his interview on Warchant.com. Using a few profanities. He's very frustrated. They're pissed. They have a right to be pissed, especially the guys that are playing hard and doing everything they can to compete. The question is, can they keep it up again this week? They got a Boston College team that's going to be very physical, and we know what happened last year. Will Florida State come and compete? That's the big question.
Right. The postscript from the 42-13 loss, probably Willie Taggart pointing to a slow start. Needs his Noles to get off to a quick start the next time they're on the field against Boston College. You'll have to get a quick start, a quick turnaround, and figure out a way to write something up on this. But Ira will have something up on Warchant.com for you. Again, we got player interviews from over a half dozen players. Willie Taggart's postgame also up on Warchant.com. Go ahead, check it on out. Reporting from Notre Dame, he's Ira. I'm Aslan. Thanks for watching.